welcome to Sports Extra, another episode of your premium online sports show. My name is Ruimbo Chakoreka. Today I'm riding solo because our major discussion point today is about one man who has done the business and has shown how big he is, particularly in the world of football. Yes, you've all heard it, and I think you've been talking about it. Lionel Messi is now officially a Paris Saint-Germain player, signing a 2-year deal and the option of an extension, a 1-year extension. And guess how much this guy is going to be earning? 32 million US dollars. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. He'll be earning a salary that is close to 690,000 pounds a week. And I mean, those are astronomical figures, but we're going to be talking about him. We're also going to be talking about some local news. Pretty sad legends continue to fall, but also at the same time, we are also going to be discussing tonight's match, that is the Uefa Super Cup match between the Champions League winners and the Europa League winners. That's Chelsea versus Villarreal. And we had almost forgotten about it because of Lionel Messi. But other than that, make sure that you do like and share our posts, our videos here on our Facebook page. That is at Sports Extra Zim. At Sports Extra Zim, and the extra is definitely without an E. On the Instagram handle is the same, at Sports Extra Zim, and we do have a YouTube channel that is Sports Extra. So make sure that you like, you share, you subscribe all of our content, and more importantly, comment, because this show is all about you. It is your premium online sports show. So let's get straight into some of the content that we have today, and we start off on the local scene. And in terms of football, the news broke out yesterday, a very sad. Former Highlanders chairman, that's Ernest Mapepa Sibanda, passed away at the age of 64 at the Mater Dei Hospital in Bulawayo. Now, he had not been feeling well for a couple of weeks, and unfortunately he then passed on. So for the Highlanders family, as well as even for the Sibanda family, we say may his soul rest in peace. But let us just look at the fact that he was really pretty much at the helm of Highlanders, particularly in their glory days, as they went on to win a couple of league titles within the local league. But more importantly as well, he was also part of the establishment of the Bulawayo City Football Club. And coming out of there, we have heard that they've made a request for him to be declared a national hero. Whether they will be successful or not, that'll be another question. But he definitely has made significant and did make significant contributions to the world of football, particularly here in Zimbabwe. This is coming on hot on the heels of Joe Mugabe's passing. Joe Kode Mugabe, he was also part of the Warriors team. He was a former Caps United legend, and unfortunately he passed on as well. Now, within this year, we've lost quite a number of legends, the likes of Mishek Chidzambwa, the likes of David Yogimandi Gora, Joe Kode Mugabe, Ernest Mapepa Sibanda. All these have passed on, some from COVID-19 complications, some from other ailments altogether. But all we can hope for is that the world of football will keep on spinning within the nation of Zimbabwe, and that maybe tenants can be taken from what these gentlemen were able to contribute to the nation of Zimbabwe. Now, of course, we've seen some of our footballing stars. They are getting ready for their seasons to kick off. The likes of Marvelous Nakamba, he'll be looking to cement his place within the Aston Villa side. He has had some rave reviews in pre-season. The question is, can he carry on with what he has been doing in pre-season into the season, because it's going to be a defining moment for Dean Smith. And so if he doesn't come to the party or bring his A game to the table, he will most likely find himself on the bench. The likes of Tinoka Dewere, Marshall Munetsi are also going to be looking for a good season in France. Olympic Lyon drawing 1-1 in their first match, and Tinoka Dewere was an unused substitute. I'm sure they're looking for him to get back to full fitness so that he can participate in the side. Marshall Munetsi, however, as well, turning out for Rem. But we do have other stories that we're going to be looking at, and we did mention that the major story is upon Lionel Messi going to PSG. I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments here. Do you think Lionel Messi will be able to replicate some of the form, or if not even all of the form, that he was able to do at Barcelona, picking a myriad of trophies whilst he was at the Catalan Giants? He's now signed this big deal, and would love to see what will come out of that. But let's start off with the UEFA Super Cup, which is being played this evening, and that is in Belfast. Chelsea will be taking on Villarreal. Now, Chelsea won the Champions League title after they beat Manchester City by 1-0, a Kai Havertz goal. And of course, they've made this humongous buy, which is about to be sealed, not yet officially announced, that of Romelu Lukaku coming through to Chelsea. And that is what Chelsea have been striving for, looking for the goals. Romelu Lukaku gives you those goals, and he will be looking to make a mark. Thomas Tuchel has also got a very huge season. I'm sure the target will be for Roman Abramovich to pick up the Premier League title. So Liverpool are seemingly on the mend and most likely will be challenging for that title. I am a little bit concerned that it might be an old people's home, particularly for Scousers supporters. Most of the players are reaching the age of 30, but they are very competitive, so we'll see how they'll come through. But the opponents for Chelsea in the UEFA Super Cup are Villarreal, also known as the Yellow Submarine. They beat Manchester United and that was via penalties. That penalty shootout, very painful for me. It was really, really painful because Manchester United were supposed to pick up the trophy, but nonetheless, they were able to go ahead and pick up that title. So they might prove to be a little bit of a tricky side for Chelsea, but with the way that they do come, that is Chelsea, particularly in their attack, you should expect Chelsea to maybe run riot against Villarreal and maybe get that goal quite early. So I would say that the UEFA Super Cup, my prediction that Chelsea most likely will pick up the UEFA Super Cup and make it a double when it comes to UEFA competitions, which will add to the CV of Thomas Tuchel and definitely rub a little bit of salt within the wounds of PSG lovers and supporters. Now, we do love your comments and we do appreciate them when they come through, and we do have a couple of them that came through on our Facebook page, particularly on the topic when we were looking at the participation of Zimbabwe within the Olympics, and would love to thank you for that and to acknowledge those messages as they came through. So Fidelis Magama, you said, let's put Olympics in context. You said the decathlon athletes would have broken most of our track and field national records. The thing we have to note is incentives to break a national record from a Zimbabwe Olympic Committee. The management of infrastructure to incentivize institutions. So for example, the Chitungwiza Aquatic Complex, the University of Zimbabwe Athletics Track, the Defense College Athletics Track, hockey fields. And he said, I am noting the obvious sports that we have some form of history in. Another fact, as Stan Flowers always used to point out, is we have average athletes with a lot of know-how in many events. Why not have a specialized program for decathlon and heptathlon? And the thing to note is it takes about 10 years to master a project. So in this case, athleticism, that just points to talent grooming from primary school. Zimbabwe Olympic Committee needs to look at ways to make Olympics the goal for athletes, not just a USA college place. Now, ZOC can be the voice of reason by being smart and a visible partner in all associations programs. And this is my 2 cents from Fidelis Magama. So thank you so much for coming through with that comment. We've also got another comment from Dennis Ndamba. Thank you so much, saying congratulations on the show. What a great show it is. We're enjoying all the content. Thank you. Robert Chakoreka, he's speaking from the UK, and he says, looking at the Olympics, Zimbabwe is trying to punch above its weight. We should take the strategy that nations of smaller populations like ours tend to do. Now, they target a handful of sports and invest in their success, and that's the way to win medals. And that's the only way you can do it. And I tend to agree with what Robert is saying, despite the fact that, he's got a similar surname to mine. But I appreciate your messages. So keep them coming through, particularly in the comment section. We also do appreciate videos as well. You can send them through, and we can definitely play them on the show. So let's get to the meatier matter right at hand. Lionel Messi left Barcelona in what was a big shock move. And now he's joined PSG. It wasn't a big shock. Now, why would we say it wasn't a big shock? PSG clearly were the only ones that had the capacity, financial capacity, in order to take on Lionel Messi, considering some of the monies that they're able to handle and some of the big buys that they've made over more recent years. And so they got Lionel Messi, signed him on a free deal, but it wasn't as free as you think it was. Actually, there was a 25 million pound signing on fee for a free agent. I find it quite interesting business. But anyway, 25 million pounds, and then he came on. And he's going to be with them for 2 years at a salary of just about 32 to about 35 million pounds. So that means about 70 million pounds is going to be spent on his salary alone within the next 2 years. And that puts things in context. 95 million pounds would have been spent on Lionel Messi within these 2 years. Hey, talk about it. It is a bargain, because Jack Grealish went to Manchester City for 100 million pounds. And, well, he doesn't have half of the trophies that Lionel Messi has. He doesn't even have one trophy to boast of. So we can say PSG actually got something here. But let's also talk about the other side of things. What about Barcelona? I would love to read some statistics for you. What Barcelona stand to lose with the letting go of Messi. Now, Barcelona here will have to generate between 128 to 144 million euros in capital gains and savings in wages in order to register the 4 new signings that they got on board. So the likes of Emerson, the likes of Kun Agüero, the likes of Memphis Depay, which was signed by Barcelona prior to Lionel Messi leaving. So this is what they'll have to make in order to get these 4 signings. Now, unless there is a significant pay cut from the squad, the 4 new signings won't play for Barcelona this season. Now, this is outside of the fact that they do have players like Philippe Coutinho, Antoine Griezmann, as well as Ousmane Dembele, which were very hefty buys that came through. And they've got massive wage bills that they are carrying, which is what Barcelona could not get rid of. They tried to sell Ousmane Dembele to Manchester United. It didn't quite work. Philippe Coutinho was now another option, even to sell him back to Liverpool where they got him. They couldn't get rid of him. Antoine Griezmann, they can't quite move him on because nobody wants to take on the wage bills. So these are some of the effects that then caused Lionel Messi to have to move along, or for the Barcelona board to decide that, look, you know what? We like you. We want you here. But unfortunately, we can't actually have you here. I was actually chuckling at one of the jokes that is on the internet, where somebody said that this is more like a breakup of a relationship between a guy and a girl. And the guy says, you know what? I love you with all my heart. I really do. But guess what? It is my dad that doesn't quite like you. So that's why we have to break up. Quite unfortunate. But anyway, these are just some of the notions on the internet. But let's look at other statistics as well that will be for good reading. Now, PSG in this summer, in their intent and their push, particularly to get the trophy that has been eluding them, that's the UEFA Champions League, have been able to sign quite a lot of players for free. They signed the captain of the Dutch national team currently, that is Georgino Wijnaldum, for free. They signed the Euro 2020's player of the tournament. That's Gianluigi Donnarumma for free. They signed Real Madrid's historical captain and 4 times the Champions League winner. That's Sergio Ramos for free. And now they've signed Barcelona's historic captain and 6-time record Ballon d'Or winner. That's Lionel Messi for free. Well, we did say there was a signing on fee. But in essence, we're saying that they didn't have to give money to any one of the former clubs that these players came from. They signed them for free. So this would be a fantastic transfer, transfer window for them. But the question is, will they be able to see some benefits from this? Well, I'm sure they will. Because according to Brand Finance, Lionel Messi leaving Barcelona could cost the club $137 million in brand value alone. Now, they'll also lose 77 million euros in business revenue, 17 million euros on match days, and 43 million euros on t-shirt and merchandise sales. This guy was huge, and this guy is definitely huge. This is the kind of monies that we're talking about that Barcelona stand to lose. The question is, have they calculated and factored that in? I'm sure they did. But let's look at the immediate impact of Lionel Messi coming on board at PSG. Now, we all know that Rwanda has got Visit Rwanda, which is their drive for tourism to Rwanda. They've already jumped on the bandwagon, and they were there whilst Lionel Messi was conducting his medicals at PSG. And already that has generated quite a lot of interest as to Rwanda. But let's talk about another huge impact that Lionel Messi has had. Already, the French Football League have come through and said the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner is now playing football in France. They understand the significant weight that he carries. 140,000 people came through to the airport just to receive Lionel Messi when he was coming through from Barcelona. The guy couldn't even wave at them in the streets. He had to wave from the window of one of the terminals at the Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. What other impact has he brought? Well, PSG are literally going to be fending off potential corporate sponsorship. Why? The Instagram page or handle of PSG has jumped from 19 million followers to, from the time that Lionel Messi has signed, to 40 million followers. This is in the space of just 5 to 6 days when the discussion was being had whether Lionel Messi would join or not. So that means social media money is going to be coming through to PSG. We don't even know what the Facebook and Twitter figures are going to be standing like within the next couple of days. As for those that are changing allegiance from Barcelona to PSG, well, quite a number of notable supporters, particularly here in Zimbabwe, have already shifted their allegiance and are already looking for PSG jerseys in town as we speak. So talk about having a massive level of influence. That is Lionel Messi. And this is the kind of business that we hope one day will be able to come into Zimbabwe, to come into Africa. So what are we saying? We're saying, can we not have the level of buzz, the level of corporate sponsorship, the level of interest generated in our football to cause these things to happen for our players? Now, we were talking about it particularly within the week and within previous episodes, that our players are going down to South Africa. They are looking for that buzz. They are looking for the kind of money, well, not necessarily that Lionel Messi earns, but at least money that will make sure that they are able to survive. And with football not going right now here in Zimbabwe, still suspended, still unable to continue, we will not be able to realize any of these benefits. And think of this, Lionel Messi is earning 35 million pounds in the midst of COVID. When companies are saying that they are struggling, when football clubs are saying that they are struggling. But all of this, which looks good and nice, has got its pitfalls. PSG might have to get rid of 10 football players that are currently on their wage bill in order to make this happen. So, who are the people that might be chopped off? Reports coming through, the likes of Thilo Kehrer, he's one of the right backs. The likes of Abdou Diallo, he's also one of the wing backs. The likes of Ander Herrera, who came through from Manchester United, as well as Mauro Icardi, who moved from Inter Milan for a big fee to come through to PSG, might need to be moved on. But won't PSG suffer the same fate as Barcelona? Are their wages that big so that they can actually take that money and make it Lionel Messi's money? Well, I guess we'll just be watching the space and seeing it how it goes. But we would appreciate your comments coming through on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. We did mention it before. We've now got Sports Extra on our YouTube, so you can go there and find some of the content. We are also going to be creating a playlist of Word on the Street, which is what you have got to contribute within videos. So my name is Rumbo Chakureka. Today it was really all about Lionel Messi. He is one of the biggest transfers in world football history, to have made it from Barcelona all the way through to PSG. Now the question will always be, can Lionel Messi be able to replicate the success that he had at Barcelona in the 2 years that he has at PSG? That will be a question I'll be hoping you'll be able to answer right in the comment section. So don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe on our Facebook page, our Instagram handle. It's at SportsExtraZim. You'll be able to like and share all of the content that we have, as well as see it and comment on it. And our YouTube channel, we repeat once again, it's Sports Extra. And remember, the extra is without an E. So, with my gym equipment, let's see if I can lift any of the weights, just like Lionel Messi has done in footballing history. Until the next time, cheerio.